vanishes off screen and comes back, chat, with a pair of fucking boxing gloves. And it's just like fucking Rocky v. Apollo, chat. And this guy's just like, oh, you want to fight me? Look at this guy. He wants to fight me. What are you gonna do? Knock my block off? And the clown fucking does a goddamn uppercut, chat, and knocks his block off. Severs his goddamn head, chat. Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content in my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games. I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video.
They want to play games? They're messing with the wrong guy.
What are you in for?
Killer clowns from outer space. It's crazy.
We open up fanfare, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. We are above the earth, chat, and we see something is coming towards it. Oh my God, what could it be? But we cut, chat, because they don't have the budget to show that. It's too expensive, so instead, chat, we cut to a small donut shop that has a bunch of extras just stuffing themselves with craft services and donuts, chat. And who walks out of this shop, chat? Let me tell you, a very fluffy, a very round goddamn John Vernon, chat. He walks out. The principal from Animal House, chat. And he's got a coffee cup and he's got a donut in hand and he's looking at all these kids. Apparently, chat, this coffee shop is the bee's knees of this specific town, chat, of Crescent Cove. People are fucking loving this place, and they go to the coffee shop all the time. They putting alcohol in that coffee? We don't find out. We don't know. A lot of people drink alcohol in this movie, chat, but I don't know if it happens at the coffee shop too. But goddamn John Vernon, who goes by the name of Officer Mooney, chat, he walks out and he's looking at all these kids. He goes, these goddamn teenagers. He hates them, chat. I mean, he hates a lot of things, chat. He's a sexist, he's a racist, but more than anything, chat, more than anything else, he hates teenagers. He might as well be a fucking Power Rangers villain with his hatred of teenagers and their attitude, chat. There's too much attitude. And so he's got his coffee, he's got his donut, chat, and he goes back in his car, and he's just fucking stewing, and he drives off into the night. Meanwhile, chat, we cut to a nerd. We cut to a nerd who's walking down the sidewalk, chat, and listen, he's definitely a nerd, chat. He's got the fucking profile of one, just huge goddamn Coke bottle glasses, chat, can't see where the fuck he's going, bouncing everybody. Probably the big reason being is he's drinking profusely on a public street. Now, you can't do that, chat. That is public intoxication, and you can get arrested for that. That's how it happens. Dark Side of the 5 Days, teenagers, they're 30 years. I know, they're 30 years, very much so. 30 to like 45-year-old teenagers, chat. This film is chock full of them. It's amazing. But we see this fucking nerd, and he's just walking. He's got his goddamn, like big. It's like, I don't know how hot it is outside, but like everyone's in goddamn sweaters, chat. And you see all the actors just fucking profusely sweating later on in the movie, and they're not even moving around. It's like, why are you so sweaty, sir? And so he's walking around, chat, and he's just got these two goddamn giant grocery bags filled with beer. You want to know how I know it's beer, chat? Because literally on the fucking can, it just says beer in bold black letters. There's not a brand. There's no brand name, chat. Like, no, we can't get that. No one's going to fucking sponsor the movie. So they literally just wrote beer on these cans, chat. Apparently, it's a very popular item because it's featured in many a store in Killer Clowns from Outer Space, chat. That is Crescent Cove's major output, chat. Their biggest product, their best seller in all their various stores. And so this fucking drunk nerd, he's just walking down the goddamn sidewalk, chat, just drinking in public view. But as he's crossing the street, chat, who does he see in the police car, chat? Fucking Officer Mooney, John Vernon from Animal House, chat. He's like, oh shit. And he was not smooth about it because he's got... Because he literally does a fucking spit take, and he just kind of walks. He just walks. He's like, oh, I just gotta walk in a straight line. And fucking John Vernon's got a goddamn beat on him. It's like, I know what you're doing. I know what you're all about, you son of a bitch. But he manages to make his way across the sidewalk because he's saying, it's like, you fucking stumble, I'm gonna come after that ass of yours. But he doesn't stumble, chat, and he makes his way. And he goes to his car, and he just starts fucking drinking in the car as he's going to Lookout Point, chat, where everyone goes to engage in the smooches and the hot, sweaty sex. Eventually, chat, he gets to Lookout Point, and he has all the beer that all of his horny friends have wanted, chat. Everyone's drinking beer and smooching. And then we're introduced to our two main characters, chat. Mike and Debbie, and they're basically about to have hot, sweaty sex in an inflatable raft inside of a car, which I guess that's more comfortable. I mean, that is more comfortable in hindsight, and it's easy to clean up, chat. It's very easy when the fluid starts spreading and get over the place. You just wipe that shit up. You're golden, okay? Actually, in hindsight, Mike and Debbie, they got this down to a fucking science, chat. But right before Mike and Debbie are about to start smooching, all of a sudden an ice cream truck appears. It's like, holy shit, is this where the killer clowns are going to come in, chat? Is this how they're starting to subtly making their way to town? We've infiltrated the population of Crescent Cove. No, chat, it's not that at all. We're introduced, these apparently inside this ice cream truck are the Vizzini brothers. The goddamn Vizzini brothers, chat, and these are pretty much the village idiots of Crescent Cove, chat, and they have made many poor decisions throughout their entire career. Ooh! Hold on, chap. We just got a host. Sandy, think of the host. Always, as I was saying, guys, host mean a lot to me. Help spread the word of the Revenites. Thank you so much, Sandy. And Darkside of the 5 Biddies, thank you. You can bask in the afterglow of the bottle rocket popsicle. Hell yeah, that's true. Because as we're seeing the goddamn Vizzini brothers, they have a very Italian name. I don't know if they're called the Vizzini brothers. I'm going to call them the Vizzini brothers just for the sake of convenience. Okay? You can correct me later on, chat, but for the sake of convenience and for the sake of the view, we're going to call them the Vizzini brothers, chat. And they're making their way to Lookout Point because they know teenagers, after they've smooched and had hot, sweaty sex, chat, on inflatable rafts, they want ice cream. It's obvious, chat. And as they're making their way, they hear some rustle in the back. And what walks out, chat? Two very voluptuous ladies. And the reason why they're back there, Chaz, because the Vizzini brothers, they just want to, they want to have hot, sweaty sex, too. They want to be smooching out on a Lookout Point, chat. But these girls want nothing to do with the Vizzini brothers, chat. Want nothing to do with them. They just want all the ice cream, chat, and they've been eating a lot of it back there. They're eating them out of the fucking business at this point. And they're like, don't worry, ladies, you can eat all the ice cream you have. And the brothers are going back and forth, like, let's go bone them. Like, these guys aren't the best actors, chat, but there's a charm to them. There is a charm to them in a way. And so eventually, they get out of their fucking ice cream truck, and they are putting on a show for all the people here. I mean, they're doing their goddamn slapstick nonsense, chat. They're trying to do jokes. And eventually, the teenagers are like, we've had enough of you. And so they just start throwing beer cans at them, chat. They have done a lot of drinking so far. Josh, thank you so much, good sir, for the 5 gifted subs. Well, because of Josh's generosity, guys, we're going to eventually have to do a cartoon poll. It'll come after this review, but thank you so much, Josh. Appreciate that. 7th Facade himself. Now we got to get back to Killer Klowns. As I said before, chat, the Tazzini, what the fuck their name? The goddamn Tarazzi brothers. The Tarazzis, chat, they're up there, and they're just hawking their goddamn ice cream at these kids that just want to smooch and have hot, sweaty sex at Lookout Point, chat. And those horny teenagers are like, okay, we've had enough of you. And they just begin throwing all their empty beer cans, chat, which is a lot of it. They've drunk a lot of beer tonight, chat. A lot of beer. And they're throwing all this stuff. Eventually, they just run on empty cans, and they just start fucking chucking the ones that still have beer in them, chat. Just goddamn denting the skulls of the Taranzi, where the fuck their names are, Taranzi brothers, chat. And eventually, they drive them away. They drive them away, chat, and the brothers are arguing amongst themselves, like, how the fuck we need to make money, man? We are severely in debt by buying this ice cream truck, and those 2 girls are eating us out of business. But then, chat, we cut back. We cut to the police station where we see good old David, chat. Good old David. He's there working, chat. He's a recent graduate of Crescent Cove College, chat. And he's trying to be the best police officer that he can be, chat. But he's run into some issues, okay? He's run into some issues, namely John Vernon. He's racist. He is not a great representation of the Crescent Cove police officers, chat. And he hates those goddamn kids. And, fucking Officer Mooney, chat, he walks in, and he has two delinquents, chat. He found these two kids drinking wine, chat. Drinking wine, publicly intoxicated on the streets of Crescent Cove. And, you know, David looks up when he's doing is like, oh, who you got here? It's like, I have two fucking bums who are drinking and we're causing shenanigans and chicanery. Thank you, Darkseid of the 5 Biddies. Definitely a Maga. Oh, no, definitely a Maga supporter. Absolutely, no question. No question, Dark Slater. Absolutely agree. And these guys, you know, these two cheaters are like, listen, man, which teenagers, when I say teenagers, anytime I say teenagers in this movie, think 35-year-old. Think Tobe Maguire, 45, sneaking into high school, fighting goddamn Deathstroke, Joe Manganiello, chat, teenagers. That's who I'm talking about right now, okay? Darklight Gaming, thank you so much for subscribing. 5 months, man. 5 months in the goddamn row. That is some support for your ass. Thank you, Darklight. How's your night going, by the way? Hope your Friday evening is treating you very well and with much respect. But you know, the fucking teenagers are like, listen, man, we're just drinking a little wine. We weren't causing the chicanery and the shenanigans, as you said. And Mooney just fucking loses it. He just goes in this whole just a crazy spiel chat where he just starts saying, you know, you people, chat. Oh, here we go. You people are the reason why America's failing. You're the reason why there's anarchy in the streets. Drinking your wine. Drinking your goddamn wine. And chat, he just fucking attacks these kids. He just attacks these 35 to 40-year-old kids, chat. And David, it's like, fuck, no, don't. Did you even read them Miranda rights? And when he's like, I haven't read anyone the Miranda rights in 20 years. Who needs them? He's a fucking fastest, chat. And David, at this point, he's like, all right, you gotta back off and you gotta settle down, okay? I'm gonna put these guys, I'm gonna put these guys in a jail cell for now. They'll sleep off their drunkenness. They don't appear that drunk, chat. One of them does appear to be a vampire, though. One of them is sickly pale, chat. Unless he just vomited everything and he has no nutrition inside of him, chat, and he's slowly dying. In that case, get him to a fucking hospital so they can pump his stomach and start putting some nutrients into his vampire body, chat, because he does not look healthy, chat. He definitely needs the vitamin D. Definitely needs the vitamin D, chat, probably the vitamin C as well. But he goes ahead and put these kids in the jail cell, chat, and fucking John Vernon, Officer Mooney, chat. He's just still saying all that nonsense, chat, that the society is falling apart, and Mooney will be the only one to save us. This guy has delusions of grandeur, chat. Thank you. Thank you so much. Poopy Gain Pro, welcome to stream. You're my new Huckleberry. Powers Booth and Michael Bean are going down for the thanks, chat. Thanks to Poopy Gain Pro. I love it. But, chat, we eventually do cut back to a lookout point where people are indeed smooching and having hot, sweaty sex. And you have good old Mikey, chat, and Debbie. They're making out in the inflatable raft. But they see something glowing overhead, chat. They see something glowing overhead, and they see what appears to be a massive comet land behind a set of hills. And Mike's like, oh my God, I think that was a fall, like a shooting star or a comet. And Debbie's like, let's go look at it. Can we go look at it? Can we go over there and go look at it? And Mike's like, no, I don't really want to do that. I want to have hot, sweaty sex inside of this inflatable raft. And Debbie's like, please, I really want to do it. And he's like, fine, can we have sex later on? She says, of course we can. I love meteors. It's like, we know you do, Debbie. And they go off, chat. But someone else has also seen this falling meteor, chat, this comet, if you will. And it's this old man, he's basically a country bumpkin, and he sees this land not far off, chat, not far off. And apparently he's reading about Halley's Comet, chat, a famous comet. Halley's Comet. And he's like, oh boy, Jesus Christ, if I obtain this comet, if I obtain this falling meteor, because in his mind, chat, I will become filthy rich, and I can finally leave this goddamn shit pile of a home and life and make it big. And so he takes his hound dog, chat, which he has named Winnie the Pooh, which is weird. And they go out there, chat. They look for this comet. Eventually, they travel a good bit, chat, and they don't find a comet, chat. Good old, Old Man Jenkins and Winnie the Pooh, they don't find a comet, chat. What they do find is a massive circus tent, chat. And fucking Old Man Jenkins is like, holy shit, I didn't know the circus was in town. Oh boy, I love the circus. He's very excited, chat, because it reminded him of his youth, chat, the best years that he had when he was with his family. You know, he didn't have a care in the world. He didn't have to pay taxes, chat. He didn't have to worry about putting food on the table. You know, he didn't have to remember his wife who left him for the very handsome executive 20 goddamn years ago, chat. Okay, he can go back in time and have that one warm, wonderful moment as a child. And so he goes to the circus tent, chat, and he's like, he just wants to, where's the ticket booth? I want to get inside. But then, chat, we see a shadow. We see the massive shadow, what appears to be a disfigured clown creature. And this thing's just fucking tiptoeing right next to him, chat. But eventually, I mean, fucking old man Jenkins, he just goes off. But the dog, fucking Winnie the Pooh, he's like, wait a minute, there's something in there. And all of a sudden, chat, the surface of the tent, a hole appears, and the dog's like sniffing around there, and the dog is taken, chat. He's grabbed by the face and thrusted, chat. He's thrusted into the hole. It's like, no, I mean, like, the first victim of this movie, chat, is a dog. Okay, here we go. This poor old hound dog, chat, taken. And eventually, old man Jenkins, he's like, Pooh Bear, where are you? Where are you, Pooh Bear? And because that's his only friend in the world, chat. That's his only family he had left. At least the wife, chat, when she eventually went off with that hot executive to the Caribbean, she left him the fucking dog. That was courteous, chat. That was very courteous. And he goes back there, but Pooh Bear is nowhere to be seen, chat, with the exception of his handkerchief, chat. His red handkerchief. And old man Jenkins at this point is just assuming that Pooh Bear is dead. He has been taken by the circus people, probably sold, chat, into dog slavery. I don't know. And he just swears, I hate the circus. So that warm memory that he had all those years ago, chat, as a child, it has now been corrupted by the fact that this circus, chat, these killer clowns, which he does not know they're killer clowns from outer space yet, chat, but he soon will, has warped that memory by stealing and possibly consuming the flesh of his dog. And so he's like, I hate you. And so he grabs onto one of the wires that is holding up the tent, chat, and it fucking burns away his hands. It melts his goddamn hands, chat. And he falls to the ground just, just screaming in horrific pain, chat, as the flesh burns away until the bone itself cracks and decays, chat. And this man is having a bad day. It's like, all right. He went from, oh, the circus, I remember this, to my hands and my dog is dead. And eventually, chat, he just has these fucking nubs. And we see the appearance, chat, the true appearance of one of the killer clowns. And it's just monstrous, 7-foot-tall behemoth, chat. It's an abomination, chat. I mean, clowns are already scary to begin with, chat, but this is a killer clown from outer space, not great. And this clown, the old man Jenkins is looking at this thing in fucking in abject horror, chat. He can't believe his goddamn is. He is now ignoring the pain of his melted hands to look upon this new abomination. And the clown just fucking pulls out a gun, chat, and shoots him. And old man Jenkins is enwrapped. He's enraptured, chat, in this pink substance. And then we cut. Oh, God, what is happening? Eventually, we cut back to Debbie and Mike, chat, and they are making their way to a little parking space, which is just over the hills, chat, just over the hills. They can see where this common is. And so eventually they park their car, chat, and there's like, they try to establish some sense of like, oh, they love each other, but it's just fucking weird and awkward. And they end that little comedic bit. And eventually they go into the forest, chat, where they too see the tent, chat, but is Pooh Bear there? No. Is old man Jenkins there? No, they are gone, chat. We don't know what happened to either of them, but we shall soon find out. And so eventually they go to the tent, chat, and they do find an entrance, and they go in there, but they don't see a ticket booth, chat. They don't see a wonderful cacophony of circus performers. No, what they see is a tent filled, chat, smorgasbord, if you will, of advanced clown equipment, chat. So imagine like a 1980s, like imagine Alien, chat. Think of the Nostromo. Think of like, 1979's Alien, chat, the Nostromo, of all the big blocky, technology and buttons and shit. But imagine it has a clown aesthetic layered on top, chat. Instead of, grimy and gritty, just fucking filled with cotton candy and bright lights and colors, chat. That's what it is. And they're enraptured by this, like, whoa, this is the weirdest circus I've ever been to. And you could it already establishes that these two are fucking dumb. Very, very dumb. And they go around this whole thing and they're pressing random buttons. Never press random buttons in a killer clown ship from outer space, chat. It's very, very bad in hindsight. And eventually they come to what they believe is an elevator, chat, and they're sucked into the elevator. It really sucks them in, chat. It sucks them in, and then they're thrusted out. And they see that they're in some type of engine room, chat. And they're looking around and they're like, I don't think this is a circus tent. And Debbie's just like, we got to get the fuck out of here. It's like, yes, we could have been having hot, sweaty sex in my inflatable raft inside my RV. But no, you wanted to see the fucking comet, Debbie, and now we're here. So it's like, let's get the hell out of here. Thank you, Darkseid of the 5 Bs. God damn, a clown and xenomorph would be it would be horrifying. I do not want that. Absolutely fucking not. Ugh. And so eventually, chat, they gotta run. Have a good evening. No problem, Stranger Show. Have a fantastic evening. Appreciate the support, Larry Miguel. Good to see you. And so they come to another room, chat, and this room is just it's like these cotton candy, these bundles, chat, these cocoons of cotton candy on these hooks, and they're walking around. They just don't understand it. Like, what the hell is this? And eventually they go to one of the cotton candy cocoons, chat, and they poke it. It's like, I think there's something inside there. And then Mikey, chat, he grabs a piece of the cotton candy and removes it, chat. He tears it from where it was. And what is inside the cotton candy, chat? The melted face of old man Jake. As Debbie's like, oh my God. And they're fucking freaking out at this point, chat. And then what fucking walks out of the goddamn elevator right as soon as they're trying to leave, chat? A killer clown. And this clown is fucking pissed. And you're like, oh my God, they're fucking eating people. And they're turning him into cotton candy. This is terrible. And so they fucking push the clown out of the way because he was taken aback. He's like, oh fuck, my food's gotten up. And they push the clown out of the way, chat. And they go in the elevator. I'm like, okay, we gotta find the goddamn exit. But the clown is right behind him, chat. And he's got a fucking gun. He knows what he's gonna do. And eventually they get out of the elevator, chat, but the clown's right behind him. And he fires off this goddamn gun, chat. Now, was this the cotton candy gun that we saw earlier? Is this some more advanced weaponry? A laser beam, perhaps, chat? Something familiar that we've seen in other sci-fi films in space? No, chat, it's a popcorn gun. And this popcorn literally attaches itself to these 45-year-old teenagers, chat. And they seem to be fine. They're like, it was inconvenient, but we're okay. And they run out into the forest, chat. Still pursued by the many killer clowns, chat. This one is now joined by a whole pack of them, chat. And they get back in the goddamn car. Like, we got to get to the fucking police and tell them about this. This is fucking nuts. And eventually, they go down to Crescent Cove. It's only 5 miles away, chat. But what passes by that sign? The fucking killer clowns. Not only is Mikey and Debbie going into town, but the killer clowns are going there too, chat. And they're gonna find a fucking smorgasbord of humans to eat. Eventually, we cut back to the police station, and Mooney and David, they're having a relatively quiet night. I mean, Mooney's fucking still murmuring racist, sexist nonsense, chat. Terrible. But eventually, goddamn Mikey and Debbie, they enter the police department. It's like, we gotta talk to you. We need to talk to someone about this. And it's like, whoa, what's wrong? Well, both Mooney and David are concerned. It's like, listen, we found some fucking bodies. There's bodies everywhere, and you need to come back. There's clowns, and they've encased people in cotton candy cocoons, and there's popcorn guns, and they seem not to be all that effective at all. Like, in hindsight, we're actually okay, chat. Oh, another great bit too. The clowns have dogs that track them down via the popcorn, and it's literally a dog balloon animal. That's all it is. And it's like, they fucking sell it, chat. By the way, all the makeup effects on the clowns, like the suits and the masks and animatronics, are really goddamn good. I mean, they're supposed to be very goofy. I mean, that is the point. But in terms of how they're moving and how articulated they are, it's like, wow, this is actually kind of impressive for a $1.8 million budget. I get my fucking non-existent hat is off to them, chat. And the thing is, though, chat, they're talking about killer clowns and cotton candy people and popcorn guns. Both David and Mooney are like, all right, this sounds like some bullshit. And Mooney's just like, oh, you kids are probably at Lookout Point, weren't you? You were fucking drinking and having the hot, sweaty sex. He's like, well, yes, we were doing that, but we also found killer clowns. And Mooney's like, this is bullshit. And David's like, all right, listen, you're saying that there's dead bodies. Maybe there's something is to this. Yeah, the killer clowns, that sounds ridiculous. Here. The two of us will fucking go. The two of us will go. Mooney, you stay here. You watch the goddamn delinquents. Okay, don't murder them by the time I get back. And I'll go with Debbie, and I'll go with Mikey, chat. I'll go with Mikey. But the thing is, chat, It's soon revealed that David and Debbie, they have a very deep bond, a very deep connection that Mikey is yet unaware of, chat. And eventually, Mikey and David and Debbie, they go off, chat. And fucking John Vernon just continues to murmur racist and sexist things. But then, chat, we see a plethora of scenes of the killer clowns just fucking with people. And they're amazing. I'll give them this, chat. They have so much fun with the clowns in this film, how they trick people, bamboozle them, and then murder them in all sorts of unique ways, chat. I love it. Glee, welcome to the stream, and thank you for the 200 biddies. How is your Friday evening treating you? I hope you're doing very, very well tonight. TGIFF, chat. Thank God it's fucking Friday, indeed. Yeah, Balloon Animal Dogs, they're like the fucking German Shepherds, chat. They're tracking down these people and then tearing them apart. It's nuts. It's absolutely insane. Glee, you have earned your 10,000 bits badge. Congratulations, Glee. It's good. Thank you. Seemed like you started later than usual. Yes, I did start it. I started at 8 today. I started at 8. I had to work late. Usually I say like my streams typically start between 7:30 and 8, but I had to start at 8 just because work was extremely busy. I had so much to do. But now I'm here and now I'm reviewing a movie film, chat. But now we're going to get to all the fucking shenanigans of the clown, chat. Like the first one we see is just this, first of all, creepy guy by himself, chat. And he is infatuated with a puppet show that's being performed in a gazebo. He's like, ha, ha, ha. And it's just this it's one of the clowns, chat, just literally putting on a children's puppet show. And this guy, he's having a hoot with it, chat. He loves it. And eventually, chat, one of the puppets in the puppet show murders the other puppet, chat, just fucking vaporizes him. And this guy's like, woo, I love it. Death and murder. But then this puppet, the puppet with the fucking laser gun, chat, looks at him. He's like, oh, not me. Not me. No. Thank you, Simply Carly. It has been a hot minute, Simply Carly. How you doing? Welcome back to the stream. And thank you for the gifted sub to Harrison Wendell. That is very, very kind. Just in the middle of my review of Killer Klowns with a K from outer space. Been really enjoying it so far. We're talking about the various deaths of the people of Crescent Cove as the Killer Klowns harvest them for cotton candy meat. It's very good, actually. Let me call it has. I've just been working a lot, man. How have you been? I totally understand that. Same. Extremely busy, extremely tired, in all honesty. It's been a long week, but I'm happy to be streaming here. Happy to have you here, too. Guys, please do check out Simply Carly's streams when she is streaming. She produces some great content, everything from Apex Legends to Skyrim, some very good stuff. I'm still very much appreciate you helping me get that feeling. No, of course, happy to do that. And happy to have people check out your content as well. Please do so, Jeff. Who is this guy? Andrudy _5. Thank you so much for the follow. You're my new Huckleberry. Congratulations. Another one for the posse, chat. And so this fucking puppet, chat, this fucking puppet's just staring at him with the goddamn, he's like, oh God, no. And then what rises from the back of the fucking puppet show, chat, a 9-foot fucking killer clown from outer space. And this guy's like, please, no. But he gets fucking zapped, chat. He is turned into cotton candy meat. It's terrible. Thank you, I don't know how to say your name. I'm going to call you 3-Eye. Thank you. You're my new Huckleberry. Welcome to stream. And so this guy's murder, chat. Eventually we cut to the other residents of the town. One fucking clown, chat. He's having a ball. He's putting this popcorn, chat, which apparently this popcorn, chat, is alive. And he's dumping this popcorn in the back of this trash can and back of a fucking a hamburger joint, chat. And they're all eating all the trash, chat. They're the trash man. And eventually you get one of the workers, chat, who's probably paid, this is 1988. What was the minimum wage back then, chat? What, $5.25? This man's being paid $5.25 an hour. He's 35 years old, chat. He's not looking great. And he's carrying out these fucking bags of trash. He's putting them in the trash can. But then he hears something moving in there. He's like, what's that? And these popcorn abominations, chat, grab onto his face and somehow pull him in there, chat. They pull him into the trash can and they eat him alive. It's fucking horrifying. And so he's dead. Eventually, chat, we cut to a dollar store, convenience store, if you will, and we see a old man who is a terrible actor, chat. He's just going, oh God, oh jeez, no, don't touch it, chat, because these fucking clowns. Now the thing is about this scene, The clowns aren't even hurting anybody. They're just knocking shit over. Because the actors inside the suits can't see what they're grabbing. And so every time they try to grab for something, they just knock everything over, Chad. Like fucking shelves are coming undone. They're fucking throwing paper towels like Donald Trump and Puerto Ricans. It's fucking nuts. And they're just destroying this old man shop. We cut to another scene. This one's actually pretty fucking disturbing, Chad. We cut to another hamburger joint where you have these two moms, chat. They're taking their kids out. Their fucking day trip, chat, was to McDonald's, and they hate their children. Just like fucking sit down, shut up, and eat your food, and don't move. Okay, I just want to talk to my friend right here. And you had this one mom, this one goddamn Karen chat talking to her kid. And the kid's just fucking bored. She says, Mom, I don't want to eat a hamburger. She's like, you're going to fucking eat that and like it. And the kid's just like, but chat, she sees something outside, chat. What does she see? A clown. Of the murder variety, chat, of the killing variety. And you just see this clown going, hi, how you doing? Just look at, and like no one sees this clown except this little girl. Like no one, he's just doing, just like playing peekaboo with her, and she's like, "This is fucking great. This is some prime entertainment. This is exactly what I was asking for. This is what I was telling my mom when I needed, but she ignores me. Just tell me to eat my goddamn processed meat. This guy's playing peekaboo with me. Love it." And the clown's just like, "Oh, come here." Come here, little girl. And she's like, oh, you want me? Oh, I'm going to come right to you. Absolutely, chat. And so she disobeys her mother, and she's coming around outside. Oh, my God, they're going to eat kids now, chat. This is actually a very creepy scene. It's just like, this made me uncomfortable. And he's just beckoning the girl towards him, chat. And what does he have behind his fucking back, chat? A spiked mallet. He's going to brain this little girl, chat, and turn her into meat cotton candy. It's a fucking nightmare. And you're like, oh, my God. He's like, yes, come to me. Just like, hello, Georgie. Just fucking like goddamn Pennywise. And eventually, Chad, like this girl's just about to open the door, and the clown's about to reach for her. And the mom stops her. She's like, no, come here. No, you got to eat your food. Not even seeing the clown. And the clown's like, God damn it, I almost had that kid. I want to eat that kid so bad. But he eventually leaves, Chad. Eventually, we cut to other scenes of the clowns just fucking playing goddamn ding dong ditch, leaving a contraption in front of people's houses that mutates them into something horrific, chat, melting them, turning them to cotton candy. I mean, it is a fucking smorgasbord of death, chat. Pick your fucking flavor. There's a lot of them, chat. Thank you, Darkseid, for the 5 base. Killer clowns are bad enough. We don't need Space John Wayne Gacy. No, we don't need that. I was like, ooh, that was a little too close to that. No, thank you. You're absolutely right, Darkseid. Thank you again for the 5 biddies. Eventually, chat. The townspeople are just, they're horrified at what's been happening. And they're fucking calling John Vernon, chat, Officer Mooney. And Officer Mooney, I mean, I love it, chat. When they cut back to him, he's literally masturbating. He's jerking it to something, chat. You ever want to see the principal from Animal House just jerking it? Watch Killer Klowns from Outer Space, chat. He's fucking enjoying himself just jerking to something. He's like, he's looking at like a Playboy magazine or I don't know, Hustler or something, chat. No, he's fucking jerking it to like Assault Weapons Monthly, to a gun magazine. It's like, okay. Now, this guy has some issues, chat, so he's jerking it just to these silver baller pistols, chat. Those are his favorite. And he's like, someone's interrupting my jerking time. Who's stopping this? And he's getting all these calls. Everyone's like, oh, please, fucking killer clowns are killing my family. My kid's melted. We have to put what's left of them in the fucking sink. They're all dying, chat. They're all dying. Melted kids in sinks. Who wants that? Who wants melted kids in sinks? No one wants that, chat. And Officer Mooney's just like, oh, I get it. Another prank on Officer Mooney. You think I take everything too seriously? Well, guess what? I'm the only reason why chaos has not engulfed this town today, okay? So stop calling. I see what you people are trying to do. You people, you're just trying to get me to quit. Well, guess what? I'm never gonna quit. I'm going to defend this town to my last dying breath. You're not gonna make a dummy out of me. And he hangs up the phone, chat. Everyone keeps fucking calling him all the time. Eventually, we do cut back to good old Mikey, David, and Debbie. And David, he's just like, Debbie, listen to me. I'm not gonna have you come with us. Mikey and I are gonna go out to the murder scene. And she's like, David, okay, listen, you're not my boyfriend anymore, okay? You can't. I don't want you to look after me. But he's like, but I have feelings for you, Debbie. And Mikey's like, excuse me, was anyone gonna tell me about this? And they're like, Mikey, not right now. And David's like, listen, Debbie, either I'm going to take you home or I'm going to put you in the jail. I'm like, I don't think you can do that as a police officer. I think that might be illegal. Thank you, Darkslayer, for the 5 minutes. What do you mean, you people? Don't worry. You know what he means by you people. He's a racist and a sexist. And so eventually, David just relents and goes, fine, just take me home. So, David takes her home. Chad drops her off and then is like, I want to speak to Mikey. And David goes, fine, speak to Mikey. And they go up to her front door, Chad. She's like, listen, Mike, I'm sorry. I should have told you about my ex, that he was my ex. I'd just be awkward right now. I'll follow you. Listen, you go with him. I'm going to follow right behind you in my car. And then Mike says, no. It's safe. It's safer for you to be here, okay? I'm just going to show him where it was. We're not going to go inside. He's going to call in more officers, and the National Guard's going to be fine. Just stay here. Just relax, take a shower. I'll be back. I'll be back like in an hour probably, okay? Or I'll call you. And she goes, all right, but please call me. He goes, of course. And she goes inside, chat, and she takes out all of her clothes, chat. You don't see any bazungas, chat. You don't see any bazingas. None of that. But you do notice that the popcorn is still on her shirt, chat. She puts the clothes, the popcorn-infused clothes, chat, in the hamper, and the hamper starts moving. Oh, my God, chat, it's the popcorn. And eventually, good old David and Mikey, they drive out to the location where they believe the tent still is, chat. They get out, and you can tell there's some awkwardness. There's some tension between the two of them, chat. It's not great. Mike's like, I don't know how to approach this right now. We're not going to approach the subject of Debbie. Let's not do that. Listen, Dave, I'm just going to show you where it is. And they get to the location, chat, but the tent is just gone. It's been moved. And Mikey's just like, but it was here, and there were killer clowns. And David's just like, okay, all right, I've had enough. You know what? Fucking Mooney was right. Not about the black people or Puerto Ricans or Hispanics or women or anything like that. No, he's still wrong about that. But in this case, in this one small case, Officer Mooney was right. So I'm taking you in. He fucking puts the cuffs on him, not reading his Miranda rights whatsoever, Chad. No one reads Miranda rights in goddamn Crystal Cove, Chad. Or Crescent Cove, it doesn't happen. And so he fucking takes him back, Chad, puts him in the squad car, and he's like, I'm going to go by Lookout Point because it'll be easier to get out of here. And he goes by Lookout Point, Chad, but oh no, it seems the cars there have all been ripped apart. Like, what happened in here? And Mikey's looking out, he's like, those are my friend's cars. And David's like, stay here. And David, he gets out of the squad car, Chad, and he goes over these cars, and all the beer cans are scattered over places. All the teenagers probably just were busy fucking drinking, ha ha. But then he notices other things, Chad. He notices purses on the ground. And then he notices on the dash shed of one particular car, cotton candy. He goes, oh my God. And he goes to one vehicle, chat, that has just been encased in cotton candy. He opens one door and he finds the melted nerdy guy. Remember the nerdy guy, chat, who had all the beers? He is melted and turned to little cotton candy. And he takes his glasses and he's horrified. And he goes back to his squad car. And he gets fucking Mikey out. He's like, holy shit, dude, you were right. There are killer clowns here. Look at this shit. Look at this fucking shit, man. And he gives him the glasses. It's absolutely fucking nuts. And we got to get back to town. We absolutely have to get back to town. And eventually, they drive in the town, chat. They're just horrified by everything that they're witnessing. And they see this one clown who, everyone's dying via clown, chat. It's nuts. But they see this one particular clown he was doing shadow puppets. He's performing for these people. And the people are like, fucking shadow puppets. Oh my gosh, this is great. And then Chad, he everything with shadow puppet from a elephant with actual elephant noises, Chad, to the goddamn the founding fathers. Got George Washington on his goddamn boat making his way across the fucking Potomac, chat. It's nuts. And then his shadow puppet turns into Tyrannosaurus Rex, chat, and he eats the people. He literally eats the people. Well, not really eats them. He encases them inside the shadow monster, and then he makes them small, and then, chat, he feeds them to his popcorn babies. And they go, nah, and they eat all the people, and they're screaming, chat. They're begging for their lives, but the clowns don't care. They think it's fucking funny. And Mikey just fucking loses it. He goes, we gotta kill that clown. And he grabs on the wheel, Chad, and he fucking puts on the goddamn pedal to the metal, and he almost hits it, Chad, but the clown just like, I'm out! The clown just fucking jumps up into the air, Chad, and it vanishes. And, you know, they fucking crash into a fucking brick wall, and David's like, why are you out of your goddamn mind? What are you doing? He's sorry, it just came over me. But then, but thank God for this, because what do we hear coming from the distance, chat? The fucking ice cream people, chat. It's the Fazzini brothers, or the Tarazzi brothers, what the fuck they're called. But the Tarazzi brothers, they have arrived, and they're still trying to hawk ice cream. And fucking Mikey's like, listen, you go to the station, and I'm gonna go check on Debbie, okay? And David's like, will do, let's fucking do that. And he flags down the Tarazzi brothers, like, hey, let me in the car. There's fucking killer clowns and shit. They're like, you're out of your mind, there's killer clowns. There absolutely is. Let me in the car. And they're like, okay. And he goes in the car, chat. And eventually, David, he drives back to the police station. Then we get more scenes of the killer clown, chat. The most famous of all the scenes, chat, where we see like these fucking biker gangs. You know, these bikers, they're just fucking drinking outside this bar. Everyone's just getting publicly intoxicated in on the streets of Crescent Cove. No one gives a shit, chat. You could just fucking drink and walk all over the place. It's weird. It's very weird. And out of the smog and mist, chat, another biker arrives, but it's literally one of the smallest of the killer clowns, chat, on a like a motorized tricycle. And they're all like, look at this little guy, He stops, he's like, hi everybody, how you doing? And the burliest of the burly bikers, chat, he's like, watch this, girl. He's like smooching her, chat, and drinking. And he goes up there, he's just like, oh, can I ride your bike? And he goes, no, you can't ride my bike. And he goes, can I honk your horn? Well, and the fucking killer clown's like, I mean, sure, I don't mind that. And he's like, okay. And what he does, not smart in hindsight, chat, he grabs the bike, lifts in the air, and just starts repeatedly smashing in the ground in front of this clown's face. And the clown's just staring like, oh, my bike. And the guy goes, ha, 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 ha. Oh, I'm sorry, I broke it. And the clown just fucking vanishes off screen and comes back, chat, with a pair of fucking boxing gloves. And it's just like fucking Rocky v. Apollo, chat. And this guy's just like, oh, you want to fight me? Look at this guy. He wants to fight me. What are you gonna do? Knock my block off? And the clown fucking does a goddamn uppercut, chat, and knocks his block off. Severs his goddamn head, chat. Just a neck stump is left. And just a huge squirt, chat. Just the biggest squirt you ever seen of blood. It was just like a fountain just went off, chat. Everyone, all the bikers are just running in panic, chat, as their fallen biker comrade is still spazzing and reacting to having his head severed from his body, chat. Everyone's scared, and they're all turning to cotton candy too. Eventually, chat, we do cut back to the police station, where Officer Mooney has indeed gone insane, chat, and he doesn't give a shit anymore. He's just like, I don't care. Not gonna get me, killer clowns. There's no such thing as killer clowns. And what walks through his door, chat? A fucking killer clown. He goes, oh, look at you. Here to prank Officer Mooney. And he's fucking smoking a cigar, chat. Been drinking heavily. Been drinking Jack Daniels straight. Not a good combination. Jack Daniels straight is disgusting, chat. Only use Jack Daniels to mix things. Don't sip on that bullshit. Absolutely not. And he's just been smoking and drinking. And the clown's just like, he's like beckoning him towards him. Like he wants to say something. Oh, you want to say something to Officer Mooney, huh? All right, I'll humor you, clown. Ha, 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 get it, humor? And he goes right up to him, chat, and the clown fucking takes a flower and squirts it in his face, puts out his cigar, and John Vernon is pissed. He's like, oh, okay, another prank on fucking Officer Mooney. Turn around, you son of a bitch, you clown son of a bitch. The guy goes, all right, shit, we got a badass over here, chat. And he turns around, and he puts the cuffs on this clown. And he goes, all right, let's see how you feel in this jail cell tonight. And he's like, get going, move forward. And then when he moves forward, chat, the fucking clown's hands fall off. And the guy goes, oh, ha, ha, another fucking joke on Officer Mooney. Oh, so funny. Get moving, get going. And he pulls his gun. And I was like, yeah, you see what this is? And the clown goes, ooh, a gun. And he beckons him into the wing of jail cells that they have, where the two winos are still reside currently. And, you know, fucking John Burns is like, all right, put up your hands, but he has no hands. I just have stubs now. He's like, well, put up your stubs and get in there, get in the fucking thing. And the clown walks in there, chat, and Officer Mooney's like, ah, ha, ha, gonna do some police violence. He grabs his little baton, chat, and goes, right above the clown's head. And the clown goes, oh, you fucked up. And he pulls a goddamn exorcist chat and just looks at him and goes, ah. And he goes, and then Officer Mooney's like, oh my God, you are actually a killer clown. And the killer clown grabs on his face chat and repeatedly smashes his head into the bars until fucking Officer Mooney's just brains and viscera and meat starts to fall from his face chat. And that chat is the end of the very racist and the very sexist and certifiably insane Officer Mooney chat, the principal from Animal House. He is now dead. And the fucking, the two winos are like, so, what are you in for? And the clown's just is like, oh, let me show you. But eventually we cut to David, and he too has arrived at the police station. He has entered it, but all the lights are off. He's calling for Officer Mooney. But then he sees chat some very cartoony footprints, appropriately clown size, that lead from the offices all the way to the back room. All the way to the back room of the jail cells, chat, which he goes into, and the entire room, chat, the entire wing of jail cells is filled with clown shoes, clown print shoes, all over the place. It's like, oh my God, something happened here. Eventually goes to the jail cell, chat, where the entire jail cell has become a cocoon of cotton candy meat. And he goes inside there, and he's like, oh my God. And he goes to the one corner, chat, where the most of the cocoon stuff is, and he rips off a piece of the cocoon, and he sees the melted face of one of those winos. So the killer clown showed why I'm in here right now. I'm turning people into meat cotton candy. There you go. And then eventually, chat, one of the rotten cotton candy limbs of the other wino falls off right in front of the face of Davey. He goes, oh, he's panicking, and he runs out of there, chat. He runs out of the jail cell area, and he's back in the office. He's like, oh, Jesus. Oh, God, I got to call for help. But then Chatty hears the, he turns around, and the same killer clown that killed Officer Mooney is sitting in the chair, chat. And that clown is on a swivel chair. He turns around, and what does he have on his lap, chat? The clown has Officer Mooney himself. And the clown has managed to shove his entire hand and arm, chat, all the way to the fucking elbow, up John Vernon, Officer Mooney's ass, and is controlling him like a meat puppet, and like a dummy, if you will, chat, which Officer Mooney did not want to become. You're not going to make me a dummy. He literally made you a dummy. A dummy in which through his own asshole and is now controlling him. And the fucking clown is speaking through Officer Mooney's rotting cotton candy infused meat corpse. And the clown basically says, hey man, it's nothing personal. We're just hungry. And he eventually he rips off Officer Mooney just caked in shit and piss and blood, chat, and cotton candy. And the clown, man, just lets the body fall limp to the floor. And the clown continues to walk towards David, Officer David. And David, he just begins fucking laying into the killer clown shit, but it's not effective. All these body shots is nothing. It's like the clown barely feels it. He kind of like gets kind of like, oh, you push me back a little bit, now I'm still coming for you. It's like, goddamn, what could stop him, chat? And Officer David, he fucking aims for that big bulbous nose shit, and ba-boom, he fires at the chat. The nose explodes, the clown goes, no, my only weakness. And the clown spins around and literally pops chat. And David is covered in the blood of viscera of clown meat and candy. And he's just sitting in a corner sobbing, chat, of what he just experienced. He saw his partner, his sexist, racist partner, being used as a meat puppet via his own asshole, and now he is caked in the blood and meat cotton candy of a clown. A lot has gone on in this film so far, but eventually, Chad, he comes to, and he contacts the National Guard and the other police in the surrounding counties and say, you gotta help us out, there's killer clowns in here. And thankfully, Chad, these police officers are like, fuck, okay, shit, well, we're coming, we're right on our way. Eventually, chat, we cut back to the Verazzi, the Taranzi brothers, what the hell their names are. The fucking Super Mario Bros, chat. The Taranzi brothers, they're driving, they still don't believe Mikey. He's been talking all this nonsense about killer clowns. Just like, come on, Mikey, you expect us to believe that? And he's like, whatever, okay, you don't believe me, you believe me, you don't believe me. Let's just get to Debbie, okay? She's with, she's at her apartment. And the Verazzi brothers, or the Tarazzi brothers, all they want is to get laid. That's their big goal in life. They're like, that's why we got the ice cream truck, to get laid. And Mikey's like, why did you think getting an ice cream truck would get you laid? Because girls love ice cream. I mean, I guess that's true. That's true. I don't know if that would get you laid, but to them, that was the ultimate thing, Chad, was getting an ice cream truck equals hot, sweaty sex at Lookout Point. And they're asking now, they're like, oh, she's got roommates. Are they beautiful? And the fucking, and they're just asking, I mean, do they have, and Mikey just says, yes, they have really big boobs. They got really big boobs and great asses. I mean, that's the dialogue, Chad. I'm not joking. Got really big boobs and big asses, and they really would love to have sex with you. And they're like, oh boy, let's go over there. T-Sweet, welcome to stream. What a way to come in, right as I'm saying this stuff. It's from the movie. It's from a movie I saw. And so eventually, chat, they're on their way to the apartment, chat, but what do they fucking see? A parade of killer clowns who are systematically going from door to door, chat, ripping fucking people from their homes, taking babies from their mothers, chat, on the nips. They were still suckling on the nips, chat, and turning them into meat cotton candy and just chucking them. Just fucking chucking them into the back of one of their clown mobiles, chat. Just processing them. You see this one poor schmuck, chat. This one poor schmuck who's hiding underneath his car. I mean, he was going for the Darwin Award there, chat, because the clowns didn't even see him, chat. The clowns don't have good peripheral vision. But this guy, he comes out from, as soon as this thing passes him, chat, you should have stayed under there, buddy. He immediately starts running. And the clown's like, what the? He's like, he's just crying and just sobbing and, snotting everywhere, chat. The clown goes, meat! And he fires his cotton candy gun, chat, and this man is melted into a cotton candy cocoon. And they throw him in the back of the truck. And the fucking Tarazi brothers and Mike are like, we gotta get the fuck out of here. We gotta get going. Go, 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 go. And they go, and they're heading to Debbie's apartment, chat. Meanwhile, Debbie, she has taken a 45-minute shower. Remember that, chat? When she was in the shower? She has finally come out of the shower. 45 minutes of the movie has gone by. So she's getting out, chat. And, she's drying herself. No bosoms or anything like that, chat. No, they're very reserved, very conservative with good old Debbie. And he's like, she's done. She's leaving the bathroom, but then she hears like a movement. She hears something. It's like it was coming from the hamper bin. She opens it up. There's nothing in there. She's like, that's weird. And she's like, oh, but she's like, I'm gonna go see how pretty I look. So she goes to the bathroom mirror. She's looking at herself. Then, boom! Fucking killer clown popcorn babies burst out, chat. They kind of look like Audrey 2. It's like if you mix Audrey 2 with a clown and popcorn, you would get these little killer clown popcorn babies. And they're trying to eat her fucking face. She's going, ah! And she's screaming, chat, and she's bashing these things out of it. Just, and she throws it into the goddamn toilet, and they're drowning in shit toilet water, chat. But then, oh no, as she tries to run, chat, the fucking the popcorn clown babies, they pop out of the hamper this time, like, we fooled you. And they're almost grabbing her, chat. She falls back into the tub, and she's fighting against these goddamn things, and she takes the shower head, chat, and she jams it into one of the mouths, and fucking it's filled with water until it bursts. And she takes the shower curtain, actually very smart, and she like wraps up one of the clown babies and throws out the goddamn window, chat. She's fucking running. She's just panicking. She's like, oh god, oh jeez. And then she hears a knock on the door, and she goes, it's like, Debbie, it's Mike. Are you in there? Are you okay? She's like, oh, thank God, it's Mike. Oh, jeez, I got to get out of here. And she goes to the door, chat, but what's there, chat? Not Mike. It's one of the killer clowns. And the killer clowns, chat, they can mimic human speech. It was a trap. And she goes, ah! And she slams the door shut, chat. She locks the clown. He has a fucking chainsaw, and he's just trying to get in, chat. He's trying to get with a chainsaw. She's freaking out. And so she goes to the window, like right across the way, and she's just about halfway out of chat. But then the clowns are down there. Oh, the clowns are there with a little, a little trampoline, and there's like, come here, bitch, come here, bitch, come on. And they're like, she's like, oh shit, and she goes back inside the room, chat. But the clown is broken through, chat, with his chainsaw, and it's like, oh my god, he's about to chainsaw her to death, chat. But no, he puts the chainsaw on the ground, chat, and he pulls out his gun. Oh. He's going to turn her in the fucking cotton candy. That's what he's going to do. No, he changes the setting and fires it at her and encases her in like a balloon. And she's just like, well, this is inconvenient. And she's in a balloon now. But it's kind of cool because it's an actual balloon, chat, where they're fucking holding it like this and shit. And they take her outside, chat, and where they have a clown car. They have a little clown car, chat, and they tie it up there. But then who arrives just in the nick of time, chat? The Tarazi brothers with Mikey. And they're like, that's my girlfriend inside that fucking balloon. And the Tarazi brothers like, neat. And they're like, oh, but the clowns, they see this, like, we gotta fucking skedaddle. They're gonna try to take our human cotton candy meat. We can't have that. And so the one clown, he gets in the clownmobile, chat, and he fucking takes off. But the Tarazi brothers, oh, they love a chase, and they chase after him. And they're trying to get in front of him, chat, but Mikey's like, don't hit him because you might hurt Debbie. It's the last thing you want, chat. And eventually, David, at this point, he sees all this happening. He's right behind the Tarazi brothers' ice cream car. But the Tarazi brothers, they're freaking out because oh my God, we got a cop behind us. Stop the car, stop the car. And the one brother stops it, chat, because he's panicking. And fucking David fucking hits it, goes right through the fucking windshield. And is dead. No, he's fine, chat. But they do slam into each other, chat. And it just stops, and the clown gets away. And eventually everyone gets out. And they're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why'd you stop the car? There was a police officer behind us. What was I supposed to? Everyone's arguing. But at this point, Mikey's like, listen, guys, they've taken Debbie, okay? We got to go save her. We have to go save her. We're like, where could they be, okay? They didn't go back to the original location. They're not there. I mean, we saw it. The tent is missing. It was a giant hole. Well, where would clowns attempt to blend in? And they're like, oh my God. The amusement park right off the coast of Crescent Cove. That's where they must be. That's where must be hiding. Like, obviously, let's get an ice cream truck because my fucking squad car is just damaged. You owe me that, by the way. You're under arrest. Later though, Tarazi brothers. And they all hop into the ice cream truck and they drive out. They drive out to the amusement park, and they're like, they're a good couple miles away. But then, chat, we see a security guard, and he is guarding. Not very effectively, the amusement park, chat, but he's taking a good old lunch break, chat. He needs some nutrition, and he's got his sandwich, chat. But then all of a sudden, from the distance, from the mist and fog, chat, a clown car appears. And he's just looking at this thing like, what the fuck is this? And the fucking Debbie's like, let me out of here, please. He's like, what? Is that a girl inside that balloon? But it doesn't have much time to think, though, chat, because a clown gets out of the car. And this clown just looks at him. The guy's just like, who are you? And then another clown gets out of the car, chat. And a third clown gets out. And a fourth clown. And a fifth clown. And a sixth clown. Because it's the clown car, chat. You can fit all those people in the clown car. And now he's surrounded by like 6 to 7 clowns. And he's like, all right, gentlemen. All right, boys. The amusement park is closed for the week, okay? You have to come back next Friday. And all the clowns, they have something behind their backs. And the guy's like, what do you have behind your backs there? And the clowns reveal them, and they're all a bunch of pies. Just like, what are you going to do with all those pies? And the clowns look at each other and go, now. And they fucking throw the pies at the guy. They're pieing him, chat. They little pie him. He's like, oh, it's pie. But then, chat, it's just not pie. Because all of a sudden the guard goes, is anyone feeling a little hot now? Because he starts to be like, oh my God, I'm melting. He is slowly, chat, melting, turning into just human meat sludge. And mixed with pie and ice cream and cream. And he's just until he's just a mass of meat and sweetness, chat. It's terrible. And the clowns proceed into the circus tent, chat, their ship. Eventually, the Tarazi brothers and Mikey and David, they get there. And they're like, oh, shit, there's the tent. Let's go inside. And they pass by the sludge pile, the human meat, sweet sludge pile, chat, and the Vizzini brothers, or the Tarazi brothers, they walk up to him and they go, looks like some good ice cream. They love ice cream, chat. And they fucking take a fingerful and they go, and so like, tastes a little coppery. It's a bone. They take a bone out of their mouth and they go, yeah, that's because that's human. That's melted human meat mixed with some pie. And they're like, and they fucking freak out and they vomit everywhere. But eventually, chat, they do go into the tent. And they're looking around and they're like, well, where the hell would they be keeping her? And they're like, we don't know. This place is huge. We didn't even explore all of it, but we have to keep, okay, we have to play this smart. We got to watch out for each other. We don't know what could be in here. And the Tarazi brothers are like, don't worry. We know exactly where we're going. And they literally fall into a trap, chat, and are gone. They disappear. And they go, and they fall into a giant ball pit, chat. And they're like, oh, Jesus Christ. And they swim out of the ball pit, chat. And what is on the edge awaiting them? 2 killer clown women, chat, who have inflatable bosoms that they're like, oh my God. And these clown women apparently are so horny that they just begin inflating their boobs and asses. And the Tarazi brothers are like, when in Rome, and they proceed to have sex with these alien killer clown women, chat. Off screen. Let's be tasteful now, but it happens, okay? It's implied, heavily implied that it happens. Eventually, we cut back to Mikey and David, and they go to the cotton candy room, chat, the processing room, where the room now, before, when we were last there, chat, there's only a couple of cotton candy cocoons. Now, there's hundreds, if not thousands, chat, of these cocoons. But eventually, they're looking for Debbie. They don't know where to find her. But then they're like, oh, shit, another killer clown's coming. They hear the elevator dinning. And a very morbidly obese killer clown waddles in there, chat. And he goes to one of the cotton candy cocoons. And he pokes at it. He goes, ah, yes, nice and ripe. And he takes this very comically twisty, long straw and puts it right into the human meat cotton candy cocoon. And just begins sucking up that human juice, chat. Mmm, tasty. And then he waddles away. And they go, that's fucking gross. Eventually, chat, they come to the balloon section of the processing room where they see Debbie inside. And David's just like, fuck it. He just fires at the balloon with his gun. And she goes, you could have killed me. But it didn't. I didn't kill you now, did I? And they're like, okay, we got to get the fuck out of here. Let's get going. But eventually, chat, all the alarms start going off because they know there's a disturbance. There's a very loud noise coming from the processing area. So all the clowns in the ship begin chasing them. They begin chasing. They go through all sorts of different rooms, chat. They come to one way where it's like, oh, it's a giant door. Help me push it open. They push it open, chat. There's another door. God damn it. Help me push this door. But there's another door behind that. I'm like, fuck. Eventually, chat, they do come to a room. And it looks like, I don't know, it's like some type of command center, if you will, or docking stations. It's hard to start, like maybe like a cargo area, maybe perhaps like a cargo area, chat. And they're like, oh shit, where are we gonna go? And all the clowns start coming out of the darkness, chat, from all the various hallways and doors. And they're like, up there, and they go up to this precipice, chat, like this very large precipice. And all the clowns are reaching for them, chat. They all have their like makeshift weapons of mallets and candy canes and weird shit. And they're all trying this. There's like, and this is it. I mean, they surround them. They're gonna eat them alive right then and there. Like, fuck making them cotton candy. We're meat's back on the menu, boys. That's what they're gonna do, chat. But as soon as they're hugging each other, they're crying. It's like, at least we did it. At least we tried. And then all of a sudden, chat, you hear it. And the fucking ice cream truck comes out of nowhere. Smashes through the goddamn wall, chat. It's the Tarazi brothers. They have escaped the big bosom clown women, chat. And they are now proceeding to hit every fucking clown they see with their ice cream truck. Just running them over, getting them just exploding as the clown meat is getting in all the goddamn wheels and gears, chat. You got them in the fucking fender, just like, oh, pum, every single time. And eventually they get out of there. And they're like, come on, guys, come with us. Come with us, you want to live. And they pile into the goddamn ice cream truck, chat, and they're trying to start the car up, but it's been hit. Too many clowns have hit it, chat. Too much clown meat is in the gears and engine and spokes and wheels, and they're like, it won't start. But now all the clowns back off. They all fucking back off, chat, and they all go into the distance. They all return to wherever they came from. Their crevasses, their clown crevasses, chat. Because, chat, the leader of the killer clowns is about to present himself, and from overhead, chat, on the precipice, on the dais where they were originally standing, a giant clown creature descends, chat, and it's like on puppet strings and shit. But the puppet strings are loose in, chat, and it's coming right for the fucking truck. It's actually a good effect. It's kind of cool. And they're like, we gotta get the fuck out of here, and they get out of the truck, chat. But the Tarazi brothers are like, no, this is a fucking rental. We can't leave it here. But did that giant killer clown care if it's a rental? No, because it literally grabs onto the truck, chat, and fucking just starts smashing. The Tarazi brother's like, oh God. And he grabs the truck, chat, and throws it across the room. Ba-boom! And the ice cream truck explodes with the Tarazi brothers inside, chat. My God, I was like, no, not the Tarazi brothers. And they're dead, chat. They're dead. and this clown is now it's coming for the trio. But thankfully, thanks to the explosion, chat, of the Tarazi brothers ice cream truck, it has blown open the side of the ship, and David's like, save yourself, I have to make the heroic sacrifice. He's like, no, David, no. She's like, I gotta do it, live for me, live for me. And Mikey and Debbie, they run out of the fucking tent, chat. And David, he just starts fucking blasting, fuck you, motherfucker. But he can't get a shot off, chat. Can't shoot, can't blow the nose. And this thing eventually grabs onto them, chat. And the fucking clown ship, it's taken off. The clown's like, we're going to cut our fucking loss and just get the fuck out of here. And, you know, Debbie and Mikey, they jump out of the fucking ship, chat. And they run to the sirens because the police and the National Guard have arrived. And they're all like, that's a fucking giant tent in the sky. They're like, what the hell's going on? They're all panicked. And fucking Mikey and Debbie are watching this thing as it ascends up into the air, chat. Then we cut back inside of the ship where this clown is just about to eat David, chat. Eat him fucking alive. And David goes, ha ha, motherfucker. And he has one last shot left, chat. And ba-boom! He shoots him right in the schnoz and it explodes, chat. His fucking nose explodes. He drops David. And the clown's just, he's just about to pop, chat. And David's like, fuck. And David runs off camera, and all of a sudden, chat, we cut to the clown explodes, and we cut outside, and the whole ship explodes. Ba-boom! And fucking, you know, Debbie's like, no. Even Mikey's like, oh, God, no. They're so sad. They're like, oh, they're just overwhelmed with emotion. The cops around them are like, what happened? What's going on? But then, chat, they hear this cartoony sound effect of boom, and something lands right next to them, chat. And what did they see there that landed right next to them, chat? It's the fucking clown car from earlier. They're like, oh no, the clowns have survived. They're coming for it. And all the fucking police and National Guard, they have their weapons ready to kill these goddamn clowns, chat. But then who opens the door with an outstretched hand? We see it's David, chat. It's David. He ran off screen to get inside of the clown car. He has survived. And then who pops out of the moonroof too, chat? The Tarazi brothers. They're alive too. And they're like, wait a minute, we saw you die. And they're like, oh, no. Yes, the car definitely exploded. But what happened was, as we were being thrown, we hid inside the freezer, and the ice preserved us like a cryo chamber. So we lived too. And we were hiding in the clown car when fucking Dave was fighting him. So we're all right. And they're all hugging each other, chatting. They're eating ice cream, and they're like, oh, it's finally over. And they look above, chat, and they see all these fireworks, and they see like, what's that in the sky? And they're all pied in the goddamn face. They're all like a banana cream, strawberry, blueberry, chat, pie for everybody. And that, my friends, that is Killer Klowns from Outer Space, the 1988 sci-fi horror comedy classic, chat. This is a fun movie. This is a very fun movie, chat. I can see why it has attained a cult status. It definitely deserves it. It somehow manages to work despite its ridiculous premise and, just general corniness, chat. I mean, it's a very corny movie, but they thoroughly embrace it. They thoroughly embrace it. They know the material that they're working with, and they manage to sell it, chat. So, yeah, I think I'd have to give this is a solid, matinee. I think it's definitely a matinee, chat. I highly recommend it. It's currently for free on Netflix. That'd be the best way to check it out. Watch it sometime in October. Watch it for the spoopy month, my friends. But yes, that is Killer Klowns from Outer Space. Please do check this film out.